And they're off. This will be a test of stamina for these mares. The Gamble Responsibly with Casumo mares, Novices, Handicap chase 3 1/4 miles. And Chloe's Court on the right of Blur Away at fence number 1. Blur Away emerging just in front. And then Just a Whim in the green jacket. And Would You Be Well is the early back marker as they race up in front of the stands. Would You Be Well going off about the 11-8 favourite here, held up by Tom Bellamy on her chase debut. So going round the top turn, 3 circuits ahead of them from here. And in front is Chloe's Court from Blur Away. Chloe's Court and the blue-white star red sleeves. Blur Away, red sleeves, blue armlets, blue crossbods. Then Just a Whim and Would You Be Well. On to the next line of fences. Chloe's Court just out jumped by Blur Away, but Chloe's Court just leading again on the flat. Chloe's Court and Tom Cannon in the starred sleeves in the air together with Blur Away, the Anthony Honeyball trained mare ridden by Rex Dingle. Just a Whim and Jack Andrews in the green, and Tom Bellamy on Would You Be Well in last place. Approaching the next, the one after the intersection on the figure of 8 course, and Blur Away continues to jump well from Chloe's Court. Tom Cannon, who won earlier races on Soleil's Glass and Capo Toy. Then Just a Whim in third, and Would You Be Well making her chase debut, as is the mare just ahead of her, Just a Whim. So turning right-handed at the bottom of the course, and the next line of fences back towards the grandstand, starting with an open ditch and then 2 plain fences. Chloe's Court on the right of Blur Away. And then Just a Whim, and at the back, Would You Be Well. On to the next, Chloe's Court and Blur Away, who appeared to jump very well again. Little nod from Just a Whim in third, and Would You Be Well. Challenging conditions for these mares. Challenging conditions for our cameramen today as well, as they go towards the next. Chloe's Court on the inside, Blur Away out wider, and Just a Whim and Would You Be Well. So up the run-in, and just over 2 circuits to go from here. They appear to have gone sensibly, steadily so far, but it'll still take some getting as they head to the top turn. Chloe's Court and Tom Cannon round the inside of Blur Away, and Just a Whim and Would You Be Well, ridden quietly by Tom Bellamy, as they now head towards the next line of fences. Fences 8, 9 and 10, and they jump 19 in all. So on to the first of that sequence. Blur Away, a half length to Chloe's Court, a length and a half to Just a Whim, and a similar margin to Would You Be Well, who's returning from quite an absence. At the next, and Blur Away, a much better jump than Chloe's Court, who was slow. Back across the intersection. Blur Away, this daughter of Getaway. Been jumping pretty solidly so far. Coming towards the next, seeking her first victory here. A little in close this time. Just a Whim over in second. Just a Whim, a maiden hurdle winner at Uttoxeter back in July. Chloe's Court is on her outside. She won at Exeter just over a year ago, just under a year ago. And finally, Would You Be Well, who hasn't raced since last February. So rounding the bottom bend and facing up towards the open ditch once again. Blur Away on the inside of Chloe's Court. Then Just a Whim and Would You Be Well. All appeared to jump that one pretty well. On now towards the next. And Blur Away coming up ahead of Chloe's Court. Just a Whim on the left, and still weighted with is Would You Be Well. And this time Chloe's Court gets a couple of reminders from Tom Cannon, approaching the next. And solid jumping at that one. So up the run in once again with just over a circuit left to go. They jumped 13 of the 19 fences in this Gamble Responsibly with Casumo Mares Novices Handicap Chase. And Chloe's Court drives up the inside of Blur Away once again. They've been 1 and 2 throughout the contest. Would You Be Well now taking third for the first time ahead of Just a Whim. 6 fences to jump and making their way towards the next. Taken slightly on the descent. And Chloe's Court a half length to Blur Away. Blur Away has tended to out-jump Chloe's Court at a few fences. There was little in it there between them. They were both equally good. 3 or 4 lengths away to Would You Be Well and Just a Whim. This is the 5th last they're coming to now. Blur Away from Chloe's Court. And now on to the intersection. Just a Whim is handy. Would You Be Well travels well in that mauve jacket, black cap, the owners group colours. And now on towards the 4th last, and it's Blur Away and Rex Dingle from Chloe's Court and Tom Cannon. At this one, the leader was slow there and gives the others every chance. Just a Whim in the green worn by Jack Andrews, and Would You Be Well under what looks to be quite a confident Tom Bellamy. Running into the bottom bend, Blur Away with the inside advantage ahead of Chloe's Court. Would You Be Well yet to be asked any sort of question, and then Just a Whim. So they move on towards the turn and the 3rd last fence, the open ditch. Blur Away, Chloe's Court driven hard. And Would You Be Well getting closer all the time. Coming towards this open ditch. Blur Away up first. Chloe's Court a little awkward. Would You Be Well is moving up to challenge the leader now, just being woken up. Blur Away by about a length there too. Would You Be Well, Just a Whim landed in 3rd as Chloe's Court has dropped away, and Would You Be Well delivered now with the challenge on the outside of Blur Away. On the left it's Would You Be Well, on the right Blur Away who's run very well and has jumped very well, but Would You Be Well is very quick to go on after the last. Would You Be Well driven out now, asked to put a bit of distance between herself and the battling Blur Away as they race up towards the line. And Would You Be Well, under a patient ride, confident ride, makes a winning chase debut. From Blur Away, Just a Whim back in 3rd, and